Jeffrey Epstein became a registered sex offender in 2008. That was public knowledge. That was not private. I have plenty to say about Alex Acosta and what that deal meant.
And he pled guilty, too.
He did, yes.
So he's acknowledging he's a sex offender.
Yes, sex offender, non-prosecution agreement, and that was public. So, I actually don't disagree that people who continued to associate with Jeffrey Epstein, going to his island, spending time with him and women that were surrounding him, spending time on his plane. If you were doing that after 2008, yeah, it's not a crime, certainly, unless you did commit a crime. But I definitely think it deserves some questioning. Why were you begging a registered sex offender to invite you to his party island? There's levels to it. Obviously, if someone just happens to be copied in an email because they run a charity, that something like that, But I do think there are levels where accountability and question asking is appropriate.
This happened 2008 and 9. How big was that story? Now everyone knows Jeffrey Epstein, but if you are somebody who's going into the newspaper archives in 2009, 10, is this a local story? Is this a national story? Was this in the public consciousness? Can somebody reasonably say, and again, this is an honest question, that I didn't really know the extent of it and I wasn't really aware of it?
I mean, certainly someone could have that sort of plausible deniability, but I think if you were in his circle, you were aware of it. I mean, it was news. He was someone. I mean, you see what a large or what sort of robust circle he kept. He was a person in the news. He was a socialite. He was someone who kept very powerful company. So sure, someone could say, I didn't know the extent of it. One of my clients met him in 2009. He was wearing an ankle bracelet. He was literally wearing an ankle bracelet as part of his quote unquote punishment for the non-prosecution of an agreement. I mean, there's been reporting that Alex Acosta ignored like 50 victims, also told his other prosecutors not to inform the victims of this plea deal. It was very shady. And if you look at the emails, it's very clear that most people who, knew that he surrounded himself with women. He was a guy who could get you women. I mean,
Donald Trump is in New York Magazine before the prosecution, probably almost 10 years before, saying, I like girls, Jeffrey likes girls, but he likes them young.
Right. That has just always been the thing.
Literally in a magazine.
Yeah, it was almost just like, it was just ignored. It was talked about, it was joked about Jeffrey Epstein. So, again, it wasn't the national news. Anything that happens about Jeffrey Epstein is now. Yeah. But I certainly think it was large enough, especially for people in his circle. I mean, he wasn't allowed to leave his home for a while. Yeah. He had to sit, I think it requires questions. What did you know and why did you continue to associate with him?